Hey guys, it's Ta. Welcome back. And if you're new, welcome. Thanks so much for stopping by. I really appreciate you. So, today we're going to talk about some books that I've listened to, some audiobooks. So, here they are. Really good. Just all of them were pretty much thrillers. Like, that was just my mood this week, so that's what we went with. So, the first one is Her Perfect Life by Hank Phillippi Ryan. Now, this is the second book, I believe, that I've read by this author, maybe third. And I've enjoyed the writing style, so I wanted to do another one. And this one is about Lily Atwood. She is a famous TV reporter personality. Like, she has the hashtag Perfect Lily or something like that. Anyway, so she has two secrets. Two things about her past that she is trying to keep under wraps because she feels like if it gets out, she's done with. She has all these people watching her, looking up to her. So she has a older sister who went missing over 20 years ago. They've never found her body, never found her, and she just doesn't want that to come up and people start digging in her life. And then the other secret is she had a relationship with a man who was married, and they had a child together. So she does her best to keep her child under wraps, doesn't really put her in the spotlight. She doesn't like whenever people try to figure out her life story. So anyway, she has a producer, and her name is Greer. And between Greer and Lily, they have a person that contacts them, gives them like tips on stuff, and most of the time, if not all the time, those tips pan out. Well, all of a sudden, this caller is calling with Lily's, like, giving her stuff about her past, and she's trying to figure out who it is, like, what's going on. She's freaking out. So we get to watch her go through that and basically figure out who this person is, and then her and some people in her life, you get to watch them work through everything to see exactly where everything is going to land. And this one right here, I felt it was very fast paced, edgy. You just waiting to see what happens next. So definitely kept me on edge and entertained. All right, and the next one, it was called Greenwich Park by Catherine Faulkner. Now this one was about Helen. Helen has had a hard time, her and her husband, with trying for a baby. Unfortunately, she's had multiple miscarriages. And finally, it looks like this one is sticking. So we get to the point where she has to go to what we refer to as Lamaze classes. I forget the term she uses. They are somewheres in like the UK. I don't remember what it was called. But anyway, as she's in the class, she meets this woman named Rachel. And Rachel's also pregnant because you can only be in that class if you live in that area and you are pregnant. Because I guess it's done by what city you're in type stuff. So anyway, her and Rachel start to like develop a friendship, and she's telling people about her friend Rachel. And something happens to Rachel where she needs help. She shows up at Helen's house where Helen and her husband live, and she's asking for help, a place to stay, for the day, for the night, or whatever. And things just don't seem right with Rachel, so Helen agrees. And as the story goes on, stuff starts getting weird. Like, it's just a very tense situation in their house. And then they decide to have a party like their parents used to have, and Rachel goes missing. And then we start finding out a lot of secrets about Rachel, about other people in their lives, and it just, a lot of stuff comes to life. And I find that this was wrapped up beautifully. Like, I feel it went all the way where it needed to go. So, it was a beautiful situation. All right, and then we have one of my favorites, Frida McFadden. I have been loving all of her books, and this one is no exception. And this is Want to Know a Secret. Want to Know a Secret is about April, who is a YouTube baking sensation. Now, she seems like she has the perfect life, but little do we know, she has secrets. Big secrets. Really big secrets. And everything seems to be going good. And then, of course, we got new neighbors that move in and just different situations that kind of present themselves. And then all of a sudden, she's getting hate comments on her YouTube videos. And then somebody has started messing with her via text message from a burner type, a nondescript phone number. And just showing her, like, hey, I know all of your secrets. If you don't figure out who it is, like, I'm going to expose you. And some of her secrets are humongous. And we do learn those as we go. And just some of the stuff, the way they present it to you in the first half of the book versus, like, when that first twist comes, it's like you're dealing with a whole different person. And, again, loved it. Loved this one. I think everybody got what they deserved for the most part at the end. This one was beautiful again. All right, and then the next two books are by the same person, and that is Carola Lovering, I think is how you say it. Anyway, so the first book is called Tell Me Lies, and I also saw that there's a Hulu thing, so I'm going to have to watch it. This one is about Lucy Albright. She is away at college. She is hundreds of miles away from her mother, who they have had a falling out in her, like, she discovered something in her early teens, and she just cannot forgive her mother for it. And she winds up meeting Steven. And Steven has his own issues because he has something in his past that he's kind of like keeping buried. He just wants to go away, wants to forget about it. But of course, it's going to come to light and it's going to ruin everything. So, Steven and Lucy kind of start dating. And it's a very toxic, narcissistic relationship. You could almost say like sociopathic. It's just a whole bunch. And it is trigger warning, like I say, narcissist. There is an eating disorder. So if those things really affect you, I would maybe not, because it discusses a lot about the eating disorder. So these two hook up, they start dating or whatever, and it is so toxic. And it is a dual timeline, because now we are out of college and she's going to this function, and she fears seeing him, and like it's triggering all the memories of them. And man, they got some memories together. And yeah, there were some parts where it was just like, oh my god, it was so heartbreaking. As far as like her eating disorder and just like some of the stuff that was going on between the two of them. But I still want to watch the Hulu thing. So I'm definitely going to be checking that out. And the other one by the same author is Can't Look Away. This one, again, it's a dual timeline. We're back in like 10 years earlier and in the present. And this one is about Molly. Molly had dated a guy named Jake, who happened to be like this major name in the band field. Like, she met him at a bar where he was singing, because he was a lead guitarist, I believe, as well as a singer in the band. And, they had a really rocky relationship too. Apparently this lady likes to write about rocky relationships or something. I don't know. So now we are 10 years from Molly and Jake dating. Now we have Molly, who is married to Hunter, and there is a child in the situation as well. And then they moved to this place called Flynn Cove. It's a smaller area, kind of everybody knows everybody. And this new girl pops up because Molly is she was a writer, or was trying to be a writer, and then she also taught yoga. And in this Flynn Cove area, she is still a yoga instructor, and this girl Sabrina came to take her yoga class, and her and Sabrina are getting really friendly. She's like, "Oh, this is my friend." Like things seem to be going the right direction, and then we find out there are ulterior motives for Sabrina being in this area, because we find out like her past. We kind of connect her past there and see how she connects to Molly, and it's kind of crazy. Like, I think if I ever had somebody that would do that, definitely calling the police, getting a restraining order, the whole 9 yards. So, if you like toxic relationships and stuff like that, 2 books, we already have by this one author. I'm going to have to see if the rest of her books are like this, because I really liked her writing style. I like the way she told the story and did the twist, and it just worked. All right, and then the last one. This was the shortest book that I had. I think it was like 7 hours on audio, but it was really good too. This one is about Palmer. Palmer is like a event planner. Like, she is well known. People like ask for her by name. Like, she's amazing apparently. And her husband Ben, they just gave birth, and she's been home for a few weeks. She does not take her entire maternity leave, which was shocking. I'm like, no, you take the whole maternity leave. But apparently she's the only one working, because Ben doesn't make as much as she does. So they agreed Ben would be the stay-at-home dad. Well, then Ben starts getting kind of sketchy. He is having like secret phone conversations. Like, he'll hang up when she walks in the room. Text messages are getting, hidden, deleted, all that stuff. And then, so Palmer decides, like, okay, this is kind of sketchy. Let me find out what's going on. And also, let me prepare myself, because little did we know, Palmer, her ex, really messed her up. He cheated on her, like, the whole 9 yards. And it's very hard to get her to trust you. And she was really trusting Ben. So she decides, like, hey, I'm going to set it up where me and my son can get the heck out of here and not have to deal with this if this is how he's going to be. So one day she follows him, finds him with some woman, and she's like, no, we're not going down this road again. You told me you would never cheat on me, but yet here we are. So she decides, like I say, she's going to get everything ready, and she's just leaving. She's done. She's not going to deal with cheating, arrogant people. So the day she comes home early or whatever, and the husband and the baby are missing. No clue where they are. They're just gone, not answering phone calls. And then we kind of start to get a lead on kind of what's going on. And y'all, to see what happens, you need to read this, because I didn't see that. No, didn't see it. Yeah, so there, like I said, there's another woman, all this stuff, and she's trying to track down this woman to see if maybe, like, hey, where's my husband? And definitely worth a read. Definitely kind of keeps you on your toes, because you're like, okay, Ben, you seem like a really nice guy. Why are we doing this? And then we find out why, and we're like, holy crap. So yeah, definitely a good book. So yeah, all 6 of these books, I liked them all. Some were better than others, obviously, because that's just how the cookie crumbles. But all of them, I really wanted to know what happened. None of them like really bored me, because you know how sometimes, even if it's a thriller, it kind of gets boring and monotonous, because it's like, okay, are we ever gonna have a twist? Are we gonna have a turn? Are we gonna find out what's what's happening. These never had me questioning that. These were just waiting for like the big reveal, because I just couldn't get to the end of the book fast enough because I just wanted to know. So yeah. Have you read any of these? What are your feelings on or thoughts with those? So thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.